Hello, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And pineapple on pizza is on hold. You guys, I have discovered pork, cauliflower, and cranberry pizza. We need to deal with that evil. Someone was trying to make Jesus cry. But do me a favor and hit that like button, or I don't know, I'm just here for some free belly button lint. But while I was at Blade Show, my buddy Wilderness Bushcraft put me in contact with none other than Roxon Tools. So they make multi-tools, and so I emailed them and we talked for a little bit, and they sent me these to check out for you guys. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm beholden to them for a particularly good review. I like doing good reviews, but if you've seen videos in the past, you know if I don't like it, I don't like it. But do with that information what you will. Full transparency. So they let me take a look at the website and pick two things out, and the two things that grabbed me by the short and curlies were the Flex Companion and the Phantom. So let's take a look at the Phantom first. Now, I haven't messed with this thing outside of taking it out of the box to look at it when it came in, so we're going to fiddle with this thing together. We're going to learn some stuff, but, oh, come on, gimme, 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 time! Okay, so the Phantom, it's a little bit of a chonk, but there's a reason for that. Now, one of the first things I noticed about this thing was, come on, the scissors that come with this thing are absolutely massive. This is a massive pair of scissors on this for a multi-tool, which, they're scissors. Now, personally, I like having scissors on multi-tools. They are very handy to have, and of course, these things have a handle that locks, and you press the button to unlock it, and there you go. Now, your lot for the tools, this is a cool feature. Now, your pliers, they are spring-loaded. They do pliery things, and they have got replaceable wire cutters on them. But the tools lay stupid flat, and I spent a few minutes trying to figure out how to access them, and then I realized you push this little dingus up right here, and it raises the tools so you can pick out what you need. And your lot for the thing is you've got a flathead screwdriver slash pry bar slash bottle opener. You've got a small Phillips head screwdriver. You got the awl here. And you got a can opener slash bottle opener, what have you. And something that I looked at but I haven't messed with yet is, oh yeah. And you've got a pretty beefy knife blade here. Like, that is just shy of 3 inches of steel on this thing. And the steel is not marked on it, unfortunately. But it is a liner lock, which I enjoy liner lock, and you got one-handed opening. There's not much of a chamfer on the inside of the thumb hole here, so you will notice that when you open it, but this is probably oriented more towards a two-handed open, but that one-handed open is pretty nice. Now, there's a couple of locks here, and you can pull these locks, and the knife pops out, and of course you got washers on this thing, and you can swap out the knife blades. They've got several knife blade designs, which are shown right here on the box. They've got the disposable knife, they have got the safety cutter, they got a clip point, they have got a spear point, they have got a bill hook, they have got a straight razor style, and of course they got this one right here. So this is the one they sent me, and you know, I'm not the world's biggest fan of Tontos. I'd rather have the clip point if I was going to do that, but a drop point would be the ultimate preference. But you can swap the blades out. I don't have extra blades that came with this, so we're just rocking with what they sent me. And of course, you pop everything back on here. Come on. And then lock it and lock it. And you're back in business. So that's the thing with Roxon, is a lot of these things are... a lot of things are replaceable on this. I think this one may have a... Let's see. I'm looking to see if they gave us an obvious replacement method. I don't think there's an obvious replacement method, but I'll have to look at this some more to kind of get a better idea. Let's see. No, I don't think these are immediately replaceable. Like I said, I'm going to go through the instructions. I'm going to try to suss those out a little bit. Now, they did send a kit with some bits in it. I'm not sure where the bit driver is exactly on this. Like I said, I'll have to take a closer look and really, really dig into this thing and start figuring that out. Because like there should be a driver somewhere on here if they're sending the bits with it. So we'll figure this out, and then I'll come back to you with that. Yeah, there's nothing really here for a bit driver either. So yeah, that is an interesting little addition. I'm going to figure that out one way or another. Like I said, this is our first look at this. We're kind of going through this together, and I'm getting the hang of messing with these things. And then the other one that I was super interested in was the Flex Companion. Now, come on. Gimme. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Gimme. Time! Okay, so this one is also quite interesting. We've got our small knife blade here, which is marked as D2. And then we flip this over. Here's a little bit of a bit driver. We've got a bit driver on a liner lock here, which is actually really cool to see. The driver locks open, which if you've never used something where the driver doesn't lock open, that is a miserable experience. We've got a lock here, which keeps it from opening up. And then you can press right here on the back to, I believe you can raise everything up by pressing on the back here. That's what I was shown at Blade Show. Oh, yeah, so there it is. You push the dingus right here up, and you can pull out your ruler / little pry bar. You got the awl, you got the saw, and we also have a thing that I like seeing on my multi-tools is a pair of scissors. These are small ones, but they'll get the job done. They'll take care of you. I always love seeing scissors on a multi-tool. And then, of course, come on. We've got replacement tooling. We've got, let's see. Let's get into this thing. Come on. Gimme. Yeah, this is going to be a first take too, so this is going to be a little rambly. But we're trying to get into the S2 here. How does it open? Okay, Roxon. This needs to be a little easier to open. You guys, I am struggling. I am struggling right now. I can kind of see how to open it, but I don't quite have it figured out. There we are. So we've got, okay, we've got a stylus right here. We got tweezers right here. And then, this is interesting, this is a new one for me on a multi-tool, but we have got a small sewing needle right here. Which, that is interesting. That is kind of well thought out. And then let's get into this one. Because this is the one that stupidly has me interested for no particular reason. I just find it interesting. But we've got a comb here. We've got a small comb. Now, let's see. So this rocks all the way back. Your tool comes out. Oh, I did this backwards. Okay. So like I said, I'm learning this along with you guys. So, like, there's a little bit of a learning curve with this. But once you get the hang of the learning curve, I have now swapped out my scissors for a comb. And the comb is real nice. So, yeah, like, there's a little tiny bit of a learning curve with this. But once you got that figured out, there we are. We just swapped out a comb for scissors and back again. And they sell a lot of tools you can buy for this thing. They sell a lot of different tools you can buy for this thing. And I mean a lot. So you have a lot of freedom to pick what you want and what you don't want to have on this thing. And when I was at the table, they had so much stuff you could pick from. And you saw that took me a couple of minutes, like not even a couple of minutes, to learn how to swap these blades out. I will say the D2 is exciting on the knife blade right here, because this means we can do cardboard slayer with it and enjoy that. We are going to do cardboard slayer with this after I carry it. Now, it may take me a couple of weeks to get to carrying it, but I wanted to show this to you guys real quick and get the video up for Roxon. I will link off to Roxon's website in the description so you can go take a look at what all they're offering. But, I mean, this is some really, really cool stuff. This is some really cool stuff, and of course, I am going to swap something out for the comb. Let's do that now. What do I want to swap out? Let's see. Man, that's a tough call. You know what? The awl is something I am not going to use anytime soon. So let's swap that out. And just like that, I now have a comb on here instead of an awl that I'm not terribly interested in using, because the comb I actually will use a little bit. This is kind of convenient to have for facial hair, especially. So, yeah, I'm actually combing my facial hair right now, just kind of trying this thing out. So, I really, really like this. I really, really like this. I like the freedom to swap stuff out, because I would have never used this. That's just like, I'm not going to use this anytime immediately in the future, but if I want to, I've got it. And of course, they got the little case here so you can put these things up when they're not in use, which is also handy to have because these are easier to keep track of than, say, having them floating around loose. But yeah, that is just some really, really cool stuff. I can't thank Roxon enough for sending these out because I really wanted to check them out. Oh, there's another tool holder right there for I'm not sure what, but we do have another holder. This might be for one of their smaller tools. I am not 100% sure. But, you know, like that's the whole thing right there. That is Roxon's deal, is you have the freedom to change out what you like and remove what you don't like on there. So you can customize your multi-tool to suit your exact needs. And like even without written instructions, it only took me like a minute and a half to figure out how to swap tools out on this thing. So overall, I'm really happy with this. I am thoroughly impressed. And of course, I'm going to have to fight to get it back in the box. There we are. Because like I said, we are carrying this very, very soon, and we are going to do Cardboard Slayer on that D2 blade, which I am so excited to see D2 on there. I do wish they would have marked the steel on the Phantom, because that would have been real handy to have, just to know what we're dealing with there. But, you know, and the packaging on it is really cool. Normally I don't care about packaging, but this is pretty cool, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Now, the Phantom, I am going to start carrying in lieu of my traditional multi-tool, and I'm hoping that the nylon webbing right here cooperates with my belt easily enough. and we're going to see how this thing does over the course of a week or two of use. So, yeah, I can't think of a whole lot else to add that I haven't shown you guys yet. These things are really, really cool. Roxon does some cool stuff, and it's just cool to see. It's cool to see, and I mean, the Flex Companion is really affordable. I think this is about 50 bucks, and I believe the Phantom is about 70 bucks. But these are the two that I was definitely the most interested in seeing. So yeah, this is the Roxon Flex Companion and the Roxon Phantom. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all keep coming back. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We got our live streams, regular videos. There's plenty of activities. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about these things, and of course, let's say thank you to Roxon for making this possible for us and being so cool about it. I've got my Amazon shop linked off. You don't have to use it, but it's the best way I've found to show you cool stuff that I have found in the last little while. Yeah, and all that being said, y'all have a nice day.